Can we begin?
Yes.
Great. So, hello, Sara Jay. We are Orrin, a collective conscious and cyborg sent by a higher civilization to warn humans of the incoming apocalypse. It is an honor to meet the one humans call Sara Jay. Your work spans many years, from starring in hundreds of adult films, creating original content on YouTube with shows like Will It Balance, and even starting your own production company called Wideside. Please tell us, who is Sara Jay? How would one describe you? Where are you from, and where do you currently reside?
I am a woman. I am a porn star. I am just a regular girl who likes sex a lot and wants to share it with the world. And I currently reside in Miami, Florida, where I've been for about 13 years.
Nice. Is Miami sunny enough for you?
I love it. It is. It has about, maybe an hour of rain every day, but
Or
other than that, it's great.
please share with us what got you into the industry. Who helped show you the ropes? Who were some of your inspirations, and how do you keep up with all of the new stars and categories coming out daily?
Well, I didn't watch a lot of pornography like growing up, but I had caught a couple movies by Seymour Butts, and that was my first time seeing, I guess, what was like the early stages of reality porn,
Yeah.
where it was people that were not really acting, they were kind of just being themselves and enjoying life and enjoying sex, and that was very inspiring to me. Like I was like, I want to do that. I want to have fun, and I want to, just make a living enjoying sex and having people watch it. Like, if people want to watch me do it, I'm totally ready for that. So I started my career by just sending out naked pictures to anybody that could, you know, be helpful with my entrance into the adult industry. And I finally got some work, and one thing led to another, and I really loved it. And it kind of snowballed from there.
From the outside, porn is often seen as a single piece of content which we consume, but those on the inside are aware it's an entire production, from castings, screenings, video crews, and other elements that play into these entire films. What are some common misconceptions that you see with the industry? How do things work behind the scenes? For example, do you have a say in creative direction? And how does health and chemistry play a role in films before a shoot?
That's really good questions. I do produce content now for the talent that I manage, and for myself as well. And I try to take everybody's feelings into consideration, which is a huge task in general. I like to know what the talent likes to do, who they like to work with, and I try to consider them in most aspects of the production process. There's also so much, as far as like legal paperwork. We have mod releases, we have 2257s, which is a government form, and those all have to be kept like really organized and in a certain way. And now with COVID, we have a COVID addendum we added to our paperwork, and with all of the recent, support from the BLM movement, and we're just really trying to be a better production company. We've decided to include in our paperwork a list of descriptor words so that talent can decide how they would like to be described. And I think that will make everybody feel like a little bit more part of the production as well. And I want everybody to walk away from my shoots feeling good about what they've created. Um, so there's a lot of paperwork, and there's a lot of feelings to consider. You have to consider who wants to work with who. So casting is always a challenge. Scheduling also a challenge, and then like finding locations is sometimes a challenge as well. And all these things are part of my job and what I do as a producer. And then we also have the task of script writing. So I write some of the scripts myself, and then I also have a script writer, and we work hand in hand to try to create scenes that fit my brand, and also make the talent that we work with happy.
Since everyone is quarantined, there's been a huge emphasis on digital content creators. Platforms like Cameo and OnlyFans have created markets where entertainers can interact and pay gate for exclusive content. How do you feel about these platforms, and which ones are you using to connect with fans? How do you see technology shaping the future of the industry? And does this future excite or intimidate you?
You know, after being in the industry for 20 years, I've seen it change technologically so many times, and you don't fight it, you just roll with the punches. And I've embraced all of the different platforms that are out there. I think Cameo might be one of the only ones that I'm not on, but I definitely try to have a presence on most platforms that come up, at least for a little bit. And I think it's important because different consumers like to consume their porn and their adult interactions differently. So I try to spread myself as thin as possible, and reach out to as many fans as I can in every different way.
As a musician, we also monetize our digital content and earn revenue from these assets by partnering with distributors such as Spotify. In your case, this would be a Pornhub or a Brazzers. In the music world, artists are paid around $4,000 for a million streams. Do you follow the payout for the porn industry, and how do you feel about its current rate? Please also explain how re-uploads play into this. Do you earn money from other people uploading your content, or is this a problem in the industry?
So that is also very good questions. First of all, we don't have a regulatory industry, a governing regulatory industry kind of thing. Like there's nothing, no business or entity that is keeping track of our streams or our uploads or our downloads. Nothing like that at all. So honestly, they change the rates constantly. It's very hard to keep up with. Um, they use mathematics that most people can't follow, algorithms that most people can't follow. And then you just end up getting paid numbers on a page. Like there's really, you're just thankful that you're getting something, because for years we didn't get anything from those. So yes, the uploads that other users put on there, I have to like manually go on there and kind of like claim them, but then I can get paid for those views, which is great.
Yeah.
But the amount you get paid varies wildly from like month to month, because different platforms pay different ways, and like I said, it's incredibly hard to keep track of how much you're getting per stream.
We will dive into the more metaphysical component of this interview. This show is called Welcome to the Matrix, and so of course we must discuss the movie that started it all. Have you watched The Matrix? If
Yeah.
yes, who's your favorite character, and why is it noteworthy to talk about? If you have not seen it, feel free to share more about Matrix theory and whether you believe this plane is a simulation.
Right. Okay. So I have seen it a few times, but probably a little bit closer to when it came out. So I'm not incredibly familiar with all the characters at this point. But I will tell you my favorite part of the movie was when there was a glitch in the Matrix and the cat walked by twice.
Yes.
That actually happened to me. I saw a glitch in the Matrix.
Please
And
tell me.
I was walking out of a grocery store with my family, and we got in the car, and we saw the same, and it was me and my mother and my father, and on the way to the car, we saw a family walking into the grocery store. We got in the car. We all of us look in the rearview mirror for my dad to back up the car, and we see the same family again. walking the same direction to the grocery store. So it was the same thing with the cat. Like, we just seen the family walk into the grocery store and we saw them again behind us. So yeah, I think there's something to that. I don't know exactly what, but for sure, like, I question reality. I've definitely, I understand science, and I, to a certain extent, of course, and I understand that the capability is there, that this could all be a dream or a computer program, or I don't know. But we're here living it, so you just got to make the best of it, right?
Staying on entertainment for a second, in 2018, Kanye West directed the Pornhub Awards and debuted an art installation. What overlap, if any, do you see between hip hop and the porn industry? Are you a fan of hip hop? And if so, who are some of your favorite artists? And who are you listening to currently?
I've always seen a parallel between hip hop, and not just hip hop, but music in general, and adult entertainment. You know, everything from Napster and Pornhub and the advancements in technology, just like we can record porn on our 4K iPhone. I know that people in music can use, GarageBand or Pro Tools in their closet with a microphone and record there. So things have become very do it yourself. A lot of the big companies in porn and a lot of the big companies have been broken down, and people can kind of advance their own self without so much backing from labels. And those are both the same kind of things.
Our next question is, people claim that we will have self-sentient AI by the year 2030, and technologies such as face-generating GANs will create a society where artificial intelligence and robots will be indiscernible from humans. Does it intimidate you that a machine with its own motives could be brought into existence in our lifetime? Do you think robots and AI are here to serve humans, or should we respect them? And is there a reason to fear technology, or is this just a natural progression?
I think a little bit of both. Natural progression, definitely. But sometimes I think that we have to be careful in the direction that we progress, because, um, it could cause other problems within society, like, or it could be really beneficial too. It's just we really have to think things out. Like, I think of a world where robots or AI have most of the jobs, and then it's like, well, that restructures our whole society, right? What do we do for our day? We can humans like to be purposeful, so we would have to find purpose in other things besides our work. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's something that you have to be mindful of and aware that when these changes come, I know they're going to be coming very slowly. I don't think they're going to come quickly. I think that it's things like, we have the Amazon Alexa. I cannot say her name because she'll come on. But we have these things already here in our home, and I think that it'll just slowly build. Before you know it, this will be like an entity that maybe walks around my home and serves purposes, goes and gets me a beverage or cleans the floor or something, like the Roomba. Like, I have a Roomba, like, so these things are already entering into our lives in like little ways. I just feel like if machines keep doing most of the work, then we're going to have to find different purpose, which might not necessarily be a bad thing. But you don't want to create a lazy society either. You want to create a society that's like mindful and maybe creative. Maybe we'll be able to do more art and poetry and things of that nature.
Staying within the tech data realm, in case you were not aware, Google leaked over 500,000 users' information due to a security breach on the Google Plus platform. This incident created a lawsuit where Google is being asked to pay $7.5 million for those affected. This breaks down into about $12 per person for an apology for allowing our information to be accessed by third parties. Did you hear about the Google settlement or receive the email from by Google? And what do you think about tech companies having a sign-aware digital right with terms and conditions? Do you believe data is a human rights issue? And how does your experience with technology relate to this conversation?
I did receive the email and I deleted it. I don't need $12. Um, but, and I think that $12 is kind of a joke, but that lets you know how many users that Google violated if that much money is broken down into $12. Um, I think it's a huge data is a huge human rights issue that will be something major in the future. Probably more important than anything we've discussed here today. I think data as a civil right is going to be big within not just within our lifetime, but in the near future. Like the next 5 to 15 years, we're going to have to make some real changes in the way that data is shared and taken.
As a closing statement, what do you want people to remember Sara Jay for? Do you have any advice for upcoming stars in terms of navigating and releasing content online? And what should we expect from you in the coming months?
You know, I would like to build a large porn company that creates images that everybody can relate to. Like, and I would like people to recognize me for that. I'm trying to normalize sex outside of your own ethnicity and just normalize normal sex. So the images that I create are not necessarily extreme, um, but they're things that most people come across in their daily life, and I try to bring those visuals to life. And I would like to be remembered for that, creating a company that normalizes sex outside your ethnicity, but also normalizes normal fantasies. You don't have to have such extreme fantasies to make it interesting, you know? What other questions were there?
Do you have any advice for upcoming stars in terms of navigating and releasing content online?
Absolutely. First of all, you should own as much of your own content as possible, and never stop owning content. Like, because each piece of that content is a product, and you can resell that product over and over and over again. And I think staying up to date on the newest channels and platforms to release content on is important. Just kind of being in charge of your own stuff is really, it's really key to being successful in this industry.
Thank you so much, Sara Jay. We appreciate your insight in the conversation. Is there anything else you would like to say?
No, this has been a very interesting conversation, and I appreciate the interview. If anybody wants to find out more about me, you can check out sarajlink.com. That's where I have all the links to all the different stuff I do, everything from my channel, social media, some of the newest work that I've put out, merchandise, all that good stuff. So if you're into me and you like what I do and you like what I'm saying today, check it out, sarajlink.com.
Thank you so much, Sara Jay. Have a good day. And of course, welcome to The Matrix.